welcome back to Kavanaugh's Corner. If you're new to the channel here on Kavanaugh's Corner, we review 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays, sometimes like today, remasters of classic films or maybe films from our childhood. For me, that would be the 90s, but for you, it could be something else. These are movies that usually I love, or sometimes they're new releases. It really depends on, what's out, but today, it's definitely a classic film, or at least it's a classic in my book. That is 1975's 3 Days of the Condor, starring Robert Redford, Faye Dunaway, Max von Sydow, Cliff Robertson, and even the late, great John Houseman is in this. John Houseman, again, just an amazing talent used in such a small but important part in this film. Just some great actors. Again, not all of them are with us anymore. Max von Sydow passed away not too long ago. And really, just, this is one of these movies that I just have always loved. It's such a great conspiracy spy type thriller. Really love the look of this movie. Sidney Pollack just kills it with the direction of this movie. He is so amazing. This is an all new 4K scan from the original 35 millimeter camera negative. So that is really exciting. This bad boy has got Dolby Vision HDR as well as HDR10. And again, has a couple special features on here that are really exciting. So today I'm going to be talking about the picture quality, the audio quality, the special features. So first and foremost, jumping right into the picture quality on this, as I mentioned earlier, it is an all-new 4K scan from the original 35 millimeter camera negative. And the one thing I have to say is that comparing this to the now almost, I think it actually went out of print Paramount Blu-ray from many years ago, this new transfer, I am so glad to say, is extraordinary. I really, really love that transfer. It looks so clean, organic, filmic. There's a lot of different adjectives I could use to describe this transfer. It looks incredible. It brings a whole new life to this picture. It's not, I don't want to say bright and vibrant, but it is very beautiful looking. And I just love the idea that this movie looks like it could have been made yesterday. And this thing came out in 1975. They did an amazing job of cleaning up the picture without using extreme amounts of digital noise reduction. There is still grain in the picture, which is fantastic. Again, this movie was shot on film many, many years ago, and I have to say it still has that filmic structure, but all the colors now have been greatly enhanced, and it really does provide for a much more lifelike picture. Skin tones are very accurate. You can actually see as the film goes on that Robert Redford is starting to get like a very heavy, like 5 o'clock shadow. His hair, as always, just looks incredible in this movie. I mean, if there's one thing we can say about Robert Redford, he's always had an amazing head of hair, and you can really see some details now. The color of his blue eyes just jumps out at you. Details on clothing is incredible. He wears this kind of like gray sports coat all throughout the picture, and you can even see like little fibers on this coat. Every little detail is really, really enhanced now. The detail level overall throughout the film is really amazing. There is one scene in particular where Robert Redford has a gun. He has a Colt, a 1911, a 45 automatic. And he's kind of holding Faye Dunaway hostage. And there are certain shots now where you can actually read the inscription on the slide of the pistol now. It is really crazy. You can actually see like roll marks and stuff. It's nuts. The detail level is off the charts. And that is pretty much all throughout the film. It's very impressive. It's not overblown in any way. Again, there are some of these 4K transfers where the colors are just so vibrant that it kind of ruins the original intention of the film. I did not get that with this. I thought the Dolby Vision HDR just really enhanced the colors all throughout. Blues, some reds definitely are enhanced. The black levels are much better now than they used to. The nighttime scenes in this film, of the darker, more dimly lit scenes, definitely are enhanced now, and that is a big, big improvement over that older Blu-ray. The older Blu-ray, the detail quality was waxy at best. The colors were very flat, and now this movie has like a whole new look, and it's really nice. It's a really good look for this film, and it really matches kind of the original intention of the film. It's too bad, sadly, that Sidney Pollack isn't with us anymore. I think if they had his opinion, I think maybe the movie would have looked, more to his liking. But I have to say, for what it is, it looks amazing. I mean, this movie looks incredible all throughout. I had very, very little complaints. The only complaint I can say is the blues now are very, very noticeable, and the blues have been enhanced in a way where you may see that they're a little too much at times, and I wonder if that was a thing to enhance Robert Redford's blue eyes. I can't confirm if that's the reason for that or not, but there may be a possibility that they did that to really make his on-screen appearance even more striking. I don't know. Again, that's just a thing that I'm thinking. That's just a shot in the dark that I'm making. But the movie does look incredible, and it is in a massive, massive improvement over that previous older Blu-ray. This set also does include a standard Blu-ray, which has the new 4K master, but without the HDR on it. So you do get it in two different ways on here. In terms of audio quality, the 4K does come with a 5.1 DTS HD master audio, as well as the original stereo mix, which is really, really nice. Now, the stereo mix is actually what I watched the film in. I usually will go with a surround sound mix, but the one thing I noticed, and this is really the only complaint I can make, and I don't know if it's just me, I'm not sure, but the stereo mix sounded much more cleaner, I guess I could say. It was much louder. It just seemed to be a clearer, more concise audio mix than the 5.1. The 5.1 on this seemed to be fairly quiet, and I had to really bump up the volume on my system. I mean, almost 15 points from what I normally have it, to really hear the audio clearly. And that's just not dialogue, that's the music, everything, sound effects, whatever. And it's not a bad mix, it just seemed to be much more quiet than the standard 2.0 stereo. So I think it actually is the exact same 5.1 mix that was on that older Blu-ray, but I think the stereo, the original stereo track, beat it out on this disc by a long shot. I mean, the music sounded better. Dave Grusin's score was much better on that. The dialogue was clearer. It just all around just seemed like a better track, even though it's just a stereo. A lot of times, these new 4Ks, their new sound mixes, especially if they're like Dolby Atmos or DTS:X, 9 times out of 10, they're pretty good. But in this for this disc here, I would say you're much better off with the stereo. Again, your mileage may vary. If you have any similar experiences to this, please leave a comment down in the comment section, because I'm just curious to see if I'm the only one that experienced this. Now, in terms of special features, there are actually two audio commentaries on here. One is by film historian Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson, and the second audio commentary is from director Sidney Pollack himself. Now, that commentary was recorded, obviously, before his passing, but it is a very good commentary, and if you want to learn a lot more about the film, you want to hear some insights from the man himself, it's definitely worth a listen. There are also two big special features on here. One of them is a documentary from 2004 called Something About Sidney Pollack, which kind of covers his career. It's a very good very good documentary, and I suggest you watch it if you're a fan of his. And then there is a featurette from 2003 called More About the Condor, which is kind of like a behind the scenes featurette about the making of the film. There is a ton of theatrical trailers on here as well. And I have to say, overall, Kino Lorber did a really great job with this disc. That new transfer is a home run. The picture was amazing. The audio, again, like I said, for me, the stereo track was better than the 5.1, but it's still, you got a good audio track on there, and it's the original audio, so you can't beat that. And the special features, again, even though there aren't many, they're very good. They're great special features. They're very insightful about the film and about the cast and crew that worked on this film. So, again, if you're a fan of this film and you want to see it in the best quality possible, I highly recommend this new Kino Lorber disc of 3 Days of the Condor. This is a fantastic release. I really, really enjoyed it. And if you're a fan of the film, you're going to love this disc. So if you want to pick up 3 Days of the Condor on 4K, you can go into the description below. I'll leave a link there that goes to Amazon, and there you can order it, and I get a little kickback here on the channel. It helps out. A lot of these movies that I review, just like this one, I buy with my own money. These are movies that are not given to me. Every now and then I'll get a movie sent to me from Universal or something like that. I do this because I enjoy it. I love films. I love physical media. And, these days, physical media is becoming harder and harder to find, but it's a love of mine. It's a passion of mine. And I love bringing these reviews to you. So if you enjoy videos like this, definitely hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel down below. A lot of you guys that watch these videos are subscribed to me. Some of you aren't. And I'd really, really appreciate it if you could subscribe, because that really helps me out here. I've been doing this for quite a few years now. It's getting close to almost 10 years now that I've been doing this. So I really appreciate it. I want to thank you so much for coming back to Kavanaugh's Corner, and I wish you all the best. Please stay safe out there and take it easy.